follow the WNBA at all with Caitlin Clark and her rise to fame in the WNBA? What do you think
for
about?
Sure.
What do you think? Let me ask you this as a more sports question. What do you think about the WNBA, the players, Caitlin Clark in particular, and the other players, the All-Star Weekend, wearing the "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts?
For starting with that part, I agree with them. Like, that league is on the rise. Look at the viewership, and
I agree.
A lot of the business systems have to get in place so that they are making more money. And I see it from both sides. Like, okay, right now they're losing money, so how can you say pay us what you owe us? To the people who say, okay, if I've seen a lot of comment sections say, pay us what you owe us. Well, then if we did that, then they would be making less money. The WNBA is adding 3 teams, so that goes to show how healthy the economics of the league are, or maybe not health of the economics, but how bright the future is, and how people are investing resources, time, money into the league. So players in any sport should get a cut of that. I am pro players making money. I am not pro billionaires owning sports teams and then being cheap
and not paying anybody, like the Bengals, for example.
right, exactly. Yeah. So, but at the same time, the WNBA cracks me up. I've never seen. Just the storylines that follow this league are so intriguing. These girls hate each other.
Yeah, they do. They're like high school girls that hate each other because that
super
one's
catty,
sleeping with with that one's boyfriend, or that one's hanging out with that one. Or
right. Well, right. That's a separate dynamic to it. Is that a lot of them do date each other. Yeah, it's fascinating because like there's no like, hey, woman uplifting woman, which I like because it's competitive and it's sports.
Yep.
But yeah, they almost feel hesitant to embrace their.
Yeah,
I don't want to say
right.
They're not deficiencies, but like things that make it interesting and the reason that people are watching, they have a hard time embracing. That's how it feels to me.
No, 100% accurate. The biggest thing for me is aside from the pay us what you owe us, the driving force of how it's getting the popularity and the ratings, the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark story. I mean, that started back in 2023 with their championship at LSU in Iowa, with the whole thing like this, and everyone says Angel Reese is more popular and Caitlin Clark's only popular because of Angel Reese, and now Caitlin Clark isn't as good because she hasn't had this great of a year. But all these people that are mentioning this, you're talking about it, but you're watching. So that is getting ratings and that is getting viewership. So how I see it is yes, they should be paid more. I'm a strong believer, just like you said, and like, well, pay us what you owe us. So the NBA is paying for their salaries, but you're still watching. So if those ratings and those viewership is continuing to rise, like you said, and there's 3 more teams in this league, then they should be paid more. There is no way in this world you're telling me Caitlin Clark, the best player in the WNBA, should be making $85,000 a year or 80 grand. What? In what world? Like, okay, the revenue doesn't get brought in as much. That's what they say. But the ratings keep going and the revenue keeps continuing. And the fact she had the second most jersey sales in all of 2024 amongst all sports, male and female.
I didn't know that. That's pretty amazing.
She had the second most jersey sales behind, I think it was, I forget who it was. Maybe it was Mahomes or somebody, but she had the second most. You can look it up and it's true. And that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about this to me is also like, to me, it's actually more of like a gender thing where it's like, I watch sports and I think that, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, doesn't matter how, like, if you are a baller,
yes,
I respect ballers. And I think in the WNBA, there's a part, and it's like just this league specifically, like, if you don't like Caitlin Clark, it's because of this. If you don't like Angel Reese, it's because of this.
No, it shouldn't be like that. It's not.
Don't get me wrong. Magic and Bird, there was a race element to it because they were different races, but it didn't. I don't know. The storylines in the WNBA seem somewhat askew, where they're quick to point in
Yes.
other factors instead of like, can you hoop?
Yes.
Watch
You're
Angel Reese game.
yes.
I actually like Angel Reese. I think she's great for the game. She's fun and she's good at what she does. Angel Reese is not like an incredible basketball player by any
No.
means. And if you say that, then I just I don't know. To me
Yes.
it's just like talking basketball. Like I don't I love basketball. I love baseball. But I don't know, I just like talking about
You're
sports.
I know exactly what you're saying and what you're implying, and that is exactly correct. Every time somebody tries to paint a picture, or the media or the narrative that they try to portray is that's racist because you're saying she's an injured. No, that's not the case at all. She's a basketball player, just like Caitlin Clark is, just like
Yeah.
Becker's, just like Asia Wilson. They're great players. Let's judge them off of their performance on the court. I don't care about their skin color. I don't watch basketball for skin color. That I don't care about that. I watch them. They're putting the ball in the hoop, or they're
Yeah.
good players, and how they play as a player. That's all I care about. I don't care.
Right.
I think,
it should just be a celebration of basketball and the fact that people are talking about the
100%.
league and the fact
Yeah.
that you have these players, these characters that are stars. Like people know, we should celebrate Angel Reese that she is one of the biggest stars in all of sports.
Yeah.
And we talk about her game and like, that I would just prefer to leave the conversation there,
On the court, right? Yeah, it's like let's leave this conversation at the barbershop. I got my
my overarching thought on all of it, because it's hard in today's climate of everything becoming politicized.
everything.
But my overarching thought on it is the WNBA has made unbelievable progress in the last 2 years, and they should be leaning into it and embracing it instead of at times feeling like maybe they are not doing that, and they're not holding themselves back at all, but like they should keep wanting to push it forward in ways where they aren't tearing each other down.
And a last point I'll make too, I think these players should appreciate and show gratitude to Caitlin Clark for what she has brought to the WNBA, the light. And if you want to say Angel Reese as well, but I strongly believe.
Yeah,
Caitlin
but everyone
Clark
knows. Everyone knows. I don't need a public ass kissing.
No, but I'm
Everyone
saying
knows.
like
You're right.
the digs
right.
though, like Kelsey Plum digging at Caitlin Clark for saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't know she was going to wear that. We didn't
But
know."
you know what?
Like, why do you need to say
you're
that?
right. You're right. But everyone knows that she's
Right.
wrong. So it's like
They're jealous. They're so jealous of her. It's crazy though.
right. But I don't think they need to be like. Everyone knows.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying in the aspect of like the media light, it's like people like you should appreciate, in a way, because without her, your league ratings wouldn't be the way they are now. You probably wouldn't be adding
Correct.
3 more teams.
Correct.
I don't think that's my opinion.
And to me, I kind of feel like that's Caitlin Clark taking a high road where like,
Yep.
it would be hard. It would be hard if I was her to not be like, hey,
You're welcome.
You're welcome. But
welcome.
Yeah,
she doesn't do that though. She's not about that.
Right.
Which
right.
is not, which is good in a way. Other players in other sports, oh my God, they're unbearable.